guys, my name is Miranda and today I'm going to be reviewing Dior's new line called Backstage, which has a primer, a pressed powder, a foundation, and a blush. So I'm just going to be trying out the products and do a full face glam and see if it's worth the hype. I do still have on like a little bit of mascara from the day, so I'm just going to wash my face and then do the skincare I do before I do my makeup. So yeah. So what I do use to wash my face is Youth to the People Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamin Face Wash. This face wash is really good because it doesn't have scent and it's all like really natural, organic. You know, it works really well, and yeah, it's been my favorite like cleanser. Okay, so my face is washed and I'm just gonna start with my skincare. So what I use before like I start is a toner. It's Obagi Restore Skin Natural pH, and I actually really like this. It helps with like dark spots and stuff like that. So I think it works really well. After my toner, I like to use La Mer's The Revitalizing Hydrating Serum. I don't really use a lot because after the serum I put on like an oil, so I don't put like too much of this. But yeah, and depending on the time of the day is like what oil I'll use. So if it's like during the day, I'll use a vitamin C one. If it's more towards the night and I'm wanting like a dewier makeup look, I'll use like an acne treatment oil. But today I'll be using the vitamin C one. So after I put on the oil, I like to use La Mer's The Eye Balm Lotion, and I just like to use this because it comes with like this little fancy thing, and like it actually helps my makeup sit better, which is something like it makes it sit better here. My concealer doesn't crease, so I just put a little bit and then it's here, and you just like do it like over your eyelid. So after that, this was the vitamin C oil I was talking about. It's a brightening like facial serum, so it's not like an oil too much, so it doesn't really leave your face super like dewy and oily. That one I'll use more for like at night, but this actually it's a little sticky, so that is like good for like to hold my makeup. So yeah. Okay, so I live by this. This is my gua sha, and just to like accentuate your jawline, I do this every single morning and night. So I do like 20 times on each side, and like I'll just switch between because this serum dries so fast. So this is what I was saying. Yeah, so the serum dries like super quick, so I have to like constantly keep re-putting so that I could like do this, because you're not supposed to use a gua sha on dry skin because like you see like it's like pulling. After my gua sha, I use my face roller. This helps so much in the morning because like my face is so puffy, and it's also a really good like collagen massage. So like just here, you know, where your collagen is, and then I'll do it like under my eyes. This is usually for the morning, but I took a nap, so. This is one of the best products I've ever used by Dr. Jar. I have like acne prone skin, I have marks, and I have so much redness. I have really sensitive skin, but this is like everything. So it's a tiger grass color correcting treatment. So it's green, but it obviously doesn't leave your skin green. It leaves it like a beige, but it's like a moisturizer. But oh my god, I'm like obsessed with this. And like so little goes such a long way. So you don't even need like too much. So after the color correction treatment, this is my favorite moisturizer ever. Like, amazing. It is the La Mer moisturizer. This is like, it's like a cloud. It's like cotton. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It is so smooth and it's like a thick consistency. You see, like, and so little goes such long. That's like literally all I need. Since it's so like thick, you don't need a lot, and like it makes my makeup sit really well. So after the La Mer moisturizer, I like to use the Mario Badescu rose water spray. As much as I know that this spray has so much alcohol in it that it dries out your skin, I still like to use it when I'm done because my face right now is like a little dewy, but when I start my makeup I want it to be not dry but like not too oily, so I just like to use a little bit of this before I start. I am doing like eyeshadow. I like to do my eyeshadow first before my foundation, just so I don't like smear off my foundation or anything like that. So in order for me to like do eyeliner with eyeshadow, I always need tape so that I can get like a super like winged like eyeliner. So yeah. Okay, so I think that's even. And now I'm just gonna start with it. Alright, so I'm gonna be doing like a brown, blackish, like winged liner. So this palette, I'll just say Kitten. This palette, Kitten by Tarte, is literally like amazing. Like, look at these colors, and it smells so good. So just as like a base, I'm just gonna be using this color called Rar. So okay, so after that, I'm gonna be using the color Paw just to darken them up a little. So I'm gonna be using a different mirror. I'm gonna be using Tarte Shape Tape just to do a little bit of concealer going into my eye, and yeah. Okay, so after I have the eyes concealed, I'm just gonna put a little bit back into this palette, and I'm gonna be using Slide. So next, I'm gonna be using not eyeliner but black eyeshadow to just make like a wing here. So yeah. Okay, so it looks kind of weird right now, but once I take off the tape, it'll look a lot better. So now I'm just gonna be using a little bit of black eyeshadow and just putting it in here. So after that, I'm just gonna use some black eyeliner and then put on some lashes. Okay, so now before I like to put on lashes, I like to put on a little bit of mascara because I'll cut my lashes like the ends and just glue it to usually like the end of my eye. So I'll show you guys how I do that. As a mascara base, before I do put on mascara, I have Urban Decay Supervision Thicker, Longer, Bolder, Volumizing Lash Primer. So I use that, and then I'll use Lash Princess, and this is the False Lash Effect. Just like that. It doesn't hurt, just like it doesn't hurt. So the lashes I like to use, which are like, they're natural, like they're so pretty. They're so wispy. Well, these are one of my last ones. It's by Kiss and it's number 11. These are so good. They're not too thick and they just give you like such a natural look. They're really pretty. So I like to put on my lashes from under. So I'll show you guys how I do that. I'm gonna cut just like this part right here, just to put right here. Okay, so I just like to use a mirror and put it under so that I can see like my bottom lash. And just like that, you see those, so they're very they are super unnatural, so you can't really see much, but I do put mascara over it. Well, now that my eyes are finally done, now to try out the primer and the foundation. So I will be honest, I did try the primer and the foundation, and what I have, the primer is like super good. It's matte, it's really nice. The only thing is that it's really like liquidy, but it's really good, and I don't like to get foundations exactly my color or whiter than me, because then it just, like, I'll try to put contour on, doesn't look too good. So I also have my Givenchy, it's called Matissime Velvet, and this foundation is really good, but it's really white. So what I do like to do is mix the Dior Backstage with the Givenchy, and it comes out really, really nice. I like it a lot more. I think this just makes me look like I got spray tanned. But I'll talk about the consistency because they're both kind of the same. So I will talk about how it lays on my skin, and yeah. I'm just gonna put a little bit of the Givenchy, and then now to mix in the Dior. You can see such the color difference between the Givenchy and the Dior. So I think it makes my perfect shade, like not too light, not too dark when I mix these. And they're actually both waterproof and sweat resistant. So it's not really like a difference, it's just two different shades, but it still lays really nice on my skin, so it works really well. So now that I have that mixed, I'm just gonna use the primer now. You're supposed to shake it before you use it, but it's really matte, and it makes my, not too matte, but I feel like it's not dewy. It's like in the middle, I would say, but yeah, and it smells really good. So after I put on that primer, now I'm just gonna mix in the foundation. So this foundation, I think, is best to put on your skin with a brush. When you use a beauty blender, it's a lot more dewy, but if that's what you want, then you can use that, but I like to use a combination of both. So, and it's such good coverage, like look at that, like it's so good, I love it. After that, I like to use two really good concealers. I like to use the NARS and the Tarte Shape Tape. So I'll usually put the NARS under my eyes, and then I'll just put the NARS around the rest of my face. And then to like cover dark spots and stuff like that, I'll use the NARS. I'll just put it places like this, or like here and on my forehead. I would say blending it in, like all of it with a brush, really helped. And it's just, my skin doesn't feel too dry. It feels kind of combination, which I like. I don't like to wear makeup and have my skin feeling really dry. So now I'm gonna go in and use cream contour, the KKW, and then I'm gonna be using the Dior Backstage pressed powder. The powder I like to use to bake the nose contour is the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the translucent powder. It works really well for me. It doesn't leave any like residue when you take pictures or stuff like that, so I really like it. Now I'm gonna blend in the rest. I do blend this in first with a brush, like a contour brush, and then this with a contour brush also. I usually don't do anything to my brows. I'll usually just use just like a gel, I would say, but my eyeshadow is a little bit darker today, so I'm gonna be using just like a tinted gel. I'm gonna put on some of the pressed powder because it has a little bit of shimmer in it. So I'm gonna put that on and then use my blush and my highlighter. So please look at how pretty this like case is. I don't think you would be able to, yeah, I think you can see the shimmer a little bit. I'm just gonna use it with a powder brush and just put it all over my face. I think I would have to spend 24 hours with this on to see if my skin cakes up or anything like that, because as of right now my skin the foundation feels really lightweight, so that's really good. And since it's super liquidy, I think that's why it felt super lightweight, which I love. But now I'm gonna be using the blush, so let me just grab that. Yeah, I think the only complaint I would have is that this is so tiny for $34. Like, I was not expecting it to be this tiny. But again, like, I love how Dior package their things. Their cases are all so pretty. How they have like it written on the makeup, I think is just so pretty. So this blush also has a shimmer in it, but I still like to use highlight. So I'm just gonna be using this with a blush brush. So one thing I do love to do is like over blush, because I think it really accentuates the cheekbones and the contour. So I think that always looks like super nice. So I do like to put blush like all over my nose, not just the tip. I'm not sure why, but I think it just looks so much better, like with the blush here. And then after you put on the highlighter, it just looks all so good. Anastasia has the best palettes ever for highlighter. So this one's called Aurora, and I will be going in and using the shade Luna. I'm gonna be doing my lips, and my favorite thing to do for my lips is lip liner. Like, it is so important. I think that helps shape your lips so much. And today I'm gonna be using MAC's color It's Spice, so I'm just gonna put that around my lips. And then one thing I think is so important before you like do your lips or anything, because if you do it dry they look cracked, I always put a little bit of Vaseline and then like I'll kiss my hand, take some off, and I think it helps so much. So now that I have the lip liners on, I'm just gonna put over a gloss and some setting spray. The gloss I will be using is the Dior Backstage Lip Maximizer, and it plumps up your lips a little bit. It doesn't really do that for me, but it smells really good and the color is really nice. Now that I have that on, now I'm gonna finish up my makeup and use Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Setting Spray, which is my favorite. Literally when I get home from being out and I use this setting spray, it looks like I just did my makeup. After I spray this, I do like to fan it out with a palette. I think that helps so much, for no reason, I don't even know why. So this was the end result, and I honestly love the combination of the Dior blush and the KKW contour. I think it really accentuates my cheekbones. And about this powder, I think that it would be best to travel with it. So in case you want to touch up while you're out, you can use that if you're using the foundation. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you try these products.